Well, we're just about 2 weeks away from the tax deadline, which means you rush around to get all your taxes in order, get all the paperwork together, and you may end up making some mistakes that could actually cost you money in the long run. And joining me now is certified public accountant Karen Mee. So thanks for being with us. Let's run through some of the mistakes. And I know one of the biggies is that we don't check our Social Security number, and that's one of the hugest mistakes.
It is. You must have the exact same name on the Social Security card, and that must agree to your tax return. So whatever you use in your Social Security card, that's the name that you must use in your tax return.
And we make some other errors.
Yeah, most of them are mathematical, but people miss things. The biggest thing this year is going to be the working pay tax credit. People didn't realize that Social Security recipients, for instance, didn't realize that they were given that sometimes because of the direct deposit. The IRS didn't mail them a letter regarding that. So that has to, if you also work and accept Social Security, you do have to reduce that credit by the amount that you receive, that $250 credit. So if you don't know if you received it, it's very easy. The IRS set up on their website a section under irs.gov to check that, so you can find out very easily.
But we also make mistakes on our filing status. We don't get our bank account numbers right, which means we don't get the direct deposit if we're expecting a refund, and sometimes we forget to include the attachments. Now, also talk to me about what we need to be reminded about in terms of signing and dating, all of that stuff.
Yeah, even though your spouse may not have earned income, they still need to sign your tax return. If you have a tax preparer, they're prepared to return, they must sign the tax return. It's our responsibility as well. So you do need to make sure you sign and date it. People do it very quickly. At the last minute, they're just putting it in an envelope. You do need to make sure you sign it. And
don't miss out on medical deductions. And then there's also tax credits this year that we should talk about.
Yes, the first-time homebuyers tax credit, you cannot e-file this year if you claim that. So, you have to put in Form 5504 and you have to attach the settlement sheet. There was too much fraud last year, the government found out. So they want to make sure that you have your HUD-1 attached, or if it's new construction, you can get an occupancy permit. There's different things that you can substitute, like your 1098 form for a mortgage, that you can use to satisfy that. But they do want to make sure that you actually did buy the home. And unfortunately, when I was on the phone banks, it killed me, but some people don't realize that you can't sell your home to your relatives and get the credit either.
No, that's not how it works.
Not good.
Now, because it's fast approaching, we should talk about filing an extension, because that's a really important message to talk about right now. What should we know about filing an extension?
People fear extensions, and I don't know why, because if you pay your taxes, that's what the government really wants. They want your tax money. So federal, state, and local taxing authorities will accept your extension. As long as you make a payment, your return is not late. What that does is it also frees up cash flow, because some people that wouldn't be able to make a retirement payment, for instance, in a SEP plan, can do that when they file the return with that additional time. Your IRA has to be made by April 15th, but if you have different types of plans that allow you to make it by the due date of the tax return, then you're fine. But people shouldn't fear the extension. It gives you more time to plan. It gives you more time to gather the deductions and create an accurate return. It'll save you, tax preparation fees in the long run if you have to go file an amended return.
But if you think you owe money, you still have to send the money, just not the return.
They want the money.
Got it. Thanks so much. All really good advice, so we save some money in the long run. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.